Welcome back, guys, to another episode of The Misconception and the Opinion of the Conservative. I am Tiffany Van, and I have my beautiful co-host with me today, Miss Ruth Moulton. How are you?
I'm a little bummed, Tiff.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because
What happened now?
no, okay, exactly. What happened now? I'm thankful to God for being here with you. But each and every day, being an American, it's like, how many different ways can they come at us for us to be less and less? Feeling less and less like an American, like being a stranger
in your own country.
Yes.
Right.
And that's the bum part.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to this whole immigration thing where, they're getting tons of funding.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Free housing.
Yes.
I've heard they're even getting $3,000 a month. I'm hearing so much, but
I would say believe it all because of the things that are actually occurring are just that deep. There are some that have been here 7 months living in New York, still have yet to pay any rent. They don't pay for any groceries, diapers, anything of that nature.
Right.
Maine, like we talked about before, they spent $4 million to build new apartments for them, and they don't have to pay rent for 2 years.
How is that fair?
It's not.
I feel like it's so many homeless people here.
Yes.
That need housing.
Yes.
There's people that's getting evicted. If you want to give it out for free, some people just can't even afford, their house.
Their daily.
Or to live in an apartment.
Right.
So it's like
taking care of home. It's not for American. It's like for everyone else. No, let's take care of everyone else and take care of home last.
Right.
They don't even tell you that on airlines.
Well, listen, let's get right into this part.
Okay.
Because Kamala Harris did an interview on 60 Minutes.
Okay.
With, let me tell you his name.
Okay. Whitaker?
Bill Whitaker.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Whitaker, he did his big one on that one. Because first of all, he asked the questions that needed to be asked.
Okay.
And when she tried to tiptoe around the question, he came back.
Yes.
Like, well, wait a minute. Let's go back.
When was this? Was this yesterday?
Because she tried it.
Oh no, I gotta look it up. No, I want to watch that one. I want to watch that one.
Because she tried it. One of the questions he asked her was about, how are you, Kamala Harris, going to fund, giving I think it's tax cuts to first-time buyers,
with the 25,000
small businesses. And she did not have really an answer for it.
Right.
And she doesn't know. She's just throwing out things that sound good to the people, but she doesn't have a plan behind it.
So it's for votes. It's like we said before, whichever way the wind blows. Well, if this is what's on on their mind, let me focus on that.
Right.
And I'll give you one step more so that people don't know, the American people don't know about this $25,000 for first-time home buyers. The kicker is, if your parents ever bought a home, you don't qualify. So my 3 children, my husband and I, we've bought 4 properties. So
your children wouldn't qualify?
No.
So who is it really going to help?
Well, there are some people here in the United States who may have parents that never have purchased a home.
Well, it'll probably go to the immigrants, the illegals.
They are the only ones who we know 100% that their parents didn't buy a home here.
Exactly.
I've bought, paid off mortgages, So my children won't be able to get anything.
Yeah, it's for
neither will yours.
Yep. Because they have never bought a home here. So it would probably most likely go to them.
And that's why if they could vote. That's crazy. Because even in the interview with the person who said that she's been here for 7 months in New York, not paid a dime for anything.
Right.
And then she was asked, would you vote? Who would you vote for? And guess who she said she would vote for? Kamala.
Wow. Well,
I would too. Pim Daddy, keep making it rain and paying all my bills.
Yeah. So he also said, the American people feel like they don't know you because, she's flip-floppy. He didn't necessarily say you're flip-flopping back and forth, but if you listen, that's basically what he was saying.
Where's she been for the past 3 years?
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
She once said, she's against fracking. Now she's for it. And then she's, she was lenient on open borders, and now she wants stronger borders. She's back and forth with, different policies that she once supported, now she doesn't support. And she couldn't answer. Her answer was, well, I listened to the people. So basically, she listened to the people. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, let me go with that.
So you listen to the people now, but you didn't listen to the people before.
Right. Because she wants to vote, so now she wants to listen.
But people can change their mind.
I can't buy it.
No.
And then they get Tim Walz on there, which is her running mate. And Mr. Bill Whitaker says, can we believe in you? Are you trustworthy? He says, I believe I am. I believe I can be. You should be certain that we can trust you, sir.
How old are you? You don't know you. Yeah. How old are you?
What does he mean? You think you can be trustworthy?
I don't trust him.
Yeah. So
I don't trust him.
At all. Honestly, he gives me the vibes as he's just going day by day.
Yeah.
He doesn't,
It's like whatever they say, I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So she said it, so I'm okay too.
Yeah, he's just really not in touch with really what needs to be done versus J.D. Vance is.
He's not even in touch with the people in the town where he is.
In Minnesota.
The governor,
He's the governor of Minnesota.
He's not in touch with them because he attempted to go into a ball game pretty much so like Trump went to a ball game. I don't know if you saw that. And people were at the concession stand and he was buying things for them, throwing it out, etc. And then once you go into the baseball where to play baseball. I'm not a sports fan, so excuse me for whatever. But all of the fans, when they put your photo up on that big screen,
on the screen.
Yes, the whole arena cheered for Trump.
Wow.
Waltz did that. He got booed.
First of all, his family is even supporting Trump.
He got
There's
booed.
a picture floating around of Tim Walz's family, and they all have on T-shirts that say "Walz for Trump." That's his family.
Yes.
They don't even support him.
Lord,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people in my family. I wouldn't support them.
Listen.
If they weren't what they should be.
Here's another point I want to make. Well, as far as, the election and the polls, how things are looking, they're saying it's neck and neck, right?
Right.
But they're saying, Kamala has Georgia, North Carolina, blah, blah, blah. But them battleground states, boy.
Like Pennsylvania.
I don't think she's going to get them states.
No.
She's not going to get them battleground states.
No, she's not.
I don't think so.
No.
So she can get all them other little states, but it's them battleground states that's going to really
correct,
hit hard
because they
for
have
her.
the most electoral votes if she were to win them. But it's like, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if you know what, throw out everything that you may see, read on news, etc.
Yeah.
How is your life? Take a hard look at your life, each individual.
Right.
Look outside your door. What is going on around you?
Yeah.
Who is addressing the issue? Even with the people in Florida and those who were hit hard, seriously hard, by the hurricane. Now, if I'm president, if I'm a leader,
they're not even helping support them.
No.
I mean, that's the Biden administration. Them people are left stranded. No help. They're not getting anything.
I know. And the media wants to say, oh, that's a lie. That's a lie.
No,
that's a lie.
It's not.
But, again, if you're a leader, you go down there and you tour it. He's walking around to look. A Category 4 hurricane hit. You know what the winds were. Why you got to walk around and look?
Right.
You already know it's devastated. Towns are gone. At least when Trump showed up, he showed up with a tanker full of oil, gasoline, with food, water, and things that people needed because they got hit by a Category 4 hurricane. 140 mile an hour winds.
Wow. Well,
20-foot high waves. Let me walk around and see if everybody okay.
No, bring the people what they need.
I need action.
Right, exactly.
I need
and
action.
they're just, the Biden administration they're not action.
Talk is cheap.
Right, exactly. And I really hope people can really see through this. And speaking of which, she definitely stumbled during that interview on 60 Minutes, you know, she just did not have validation. She didn't have anything.
No.
You know, one of the other things he said, you know, you're riding off this wave that Trump is a racist. But he's like, Bill Whitaker is like, listen, if he's a racist, you know, why is it that millions and millions of people are supporting this man from tons of different races?
Yes.
You know, many different races are supporting him. So, so tell me how. She's like, oh, well, you know, America wants a leader that does not divide us. Well, here's the thing. How is he dividing us? Tell us how he is a racist. She did not have an answer.
Telling people the truth?
She did not have an answer.
Is that what divides people? The truth?
Right. Yeah, there you go. That's what it is.
The truth?
He's telling the truth.
And then for those out there, it's like, you know, oh, they're MAGA people. We're brainwashed.
Right.
No, not at all.
Exactly. And to also point out with Tim Walz, while he was being interviewed as well, he's like, well, Bill's like, you made a statement saying Republicans are weird. He's like, yeah, because, you know, they're worried about other people's bedrooms and reproductive rights. Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
Who said that?
Hold on.
Who said that?
Tim Walz said that. We're weird because we're worried about other people's reproductive rights and we're in their bedroom. First of all, the Democrats are worried about children's private parts and whether or not they can cut them off or not. So that sounds pretty perverted to me.
Yes.
Okay, so who's really the weird one?
Yes, and it's not only weird, but it's a lie. They are pulling on people's heartstrings when they keep talking about, one, reproductive rights, abortion, call it what it is, abortion, murder. It's not up to the president.
Why are you worried about a child's sexuality so much? Okay?
Don't be like Creepy Joe.
Come
don't
on
be like
now.
Creepy Joe.
Like we really want to talk about it.
Don't be like Creepy Joe.
That's what I want to know.
I don't care what people do in their bedrooms. Neither do Republicans. We want less government. Get out of my life, out of my bedroom. Stay away from our children.
Exactly. And another thing is, why are they so concerned with pushing abortion? Why not push responsibility? Contraceptives
for years, over the past 2 years. Yeah,
push contraceptives.
Again,
there's so many out here.
Did you know that unprotected sex causes a baby?
You
didn't know that?
Really?
Did you know that?
It's crazy. You
don't use protection.
The first thing they want to do, let's push the abortion.
Yeah. But yet they call it reproductive rights.
Come on now.
Reproductive rights. You're messing with reproductive.
Stop it. Prevent it from even happening to... before they even get pregnant.
There you go. Have that conversation with your child, with your children.
The people.
Exactly.
How about that?
Yes. Here's not to get pregnant.
That's the problem.
I didn't say just say no.
Democrats don't want to take responsibility for themselves.
Right. But they have nothing else. What else do they have to get people upset in arms?
Exactly.
Oh my God. So my daughter, if she gets pregnant, she can't get an abortion. So you're already planning and plotting on your daughter murdering a child that's not here?
Another thing I want to speak on, and I hope to get her on, Miss Rosalind Williams, because she previously worked with the Democrats, and her thing was, and this is tying into women's rights. Like the Democrats say, a woman should have a right over her own body.
Oh my God.
Well, she stated many of times she was fired by the Democrats when she worked for them because she did not want to get the injection, the
jab. The test. She didn't want to be a test.
What was that COVID
the vaccine?
Shot? The vaccine.
Which wasn't the
fired
vaccine.
Her.
It wasn't
the
vaccine.
Well, if you believe in rights, and this is for the Democrats, if you believe that people should have rights over their body, why were you forcing people to get the injection?
So my body, my choice is good when they say
when they say so.
Any other time, it's not my body, my choice.
They're very flip-floppy and back and forth. You either support it or you don't support it. It's like whatever, the wind blows, then that's where,
exactly.
They're weak.
Yes.
They're weak. They don't stand 10 toes down on what they believe.
No.
They're just back and forth. And I can't have leadership like that.
No, because they're not for building everyone up. They're built there for giving people stuff as long as you people stay over there. Because they're all multimillionaires.
Right. And they're gated communities.
Yeah, they make it seem like money is bad. Being poor is good. But none of them are poor.
How about it?
And
the elites are not. They're not poor,
They're-
but the
Bernie.
working class, they want to keep you at that level so you can continue to suffer and be poor and work for them.
Yes,
under
and
them,
pay more taxes.
Listen.
And they be like, she's like, look, honey need a new house. Not a new pair of shoes. Mama don't need a new pair of shoes. Mama need a new house.
We are for small businesses.
Yes.
We want you to open up your own business.
Yes.
This is what keeps our economy strong.
Yes, in the neighborhoods, the communities.
Exactly.
That we all grow together.
That's the Republican way.
Yes.
Okay. Now, but furthermore, I mean, it's just really
Walt is interesting. Why you should see there are videos out there for him and what he did during COVID to get people to go back in the house. People outside, and there were tanks and armed military individuals walking down the street, and they were shooting dummy bullets at people who were outside.
Really? Well, I did not hear about that.
Get inside.
Listen.
And felons were not allowed to vote in his state. Until now.
Wow.
They passed it.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about Tim Walz, because this is what I've also heard. I mean, for him to be calling people weird, he was putting tampons. He allowed tampons to be put in the boys' bathroom.
Why?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Was it a unisex bathroom?
But everybody else, no, it's the boys' bathroom. But everybody else is weird. He's weird. I don't get it.
He looks like keep your children away from them weird. I'm just saying.
I mean, these people.
And look, the Democratic Party has been around the longest. So educate yourselves, people.
That's what I'm saying. But anywho, moving forward.
Yes.
Because so Dave McCormick, who's running for U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
He came to Philadelphia on Friday.
Right. At Max's.
Right. Max's cheesesteaks.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. Because somebody put a comment under one of my posts.
Okay. What they
and
say?
said, why did y'all allow him to come into North Philadelphia?
Why not?
First of all.
Allow?
This is a free country. People can go where they want to go.
For right now.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And what is the big deal? What did he do to you personally? Did he do anything
exactly.
to you?
Personally.
Yeah, what did he do to you for you to feel that way? And but it was a beautiful event. He came to the city. He supported some candidates that's running for Congress. And he also they gave the community, free cheesesteak.
Yeah. So everybody showed up for that. He
walked around the area,
right?
Greeted people. It was a really nice event.
Yes.
Some people were, I would say maybe 2% that wasn't open to him.
Right.
But everybody else, man, they enjoyed themselves.
You know what? It's everyone else who has been brainwashed to think, and I don't care. Actually, I know, I'll know Caucasians that have money, a lot of money, live on the main line, that actually feel bad about having money.
Wow. And you shouldn't feel bad.
Nope.
For what?
Exactly, for working hard, buying whatever.
No.
But the American people need to educate themselves and pass it down to your children. Learn history. Whomever you are, whatever your ethnicity, whatever, know your history and pass it down. Then you can see when someone's lying to you and pulling the wool over your eyes. Right.
I mean, it's this whole thing that Republicans are just wealthy. They can't relate. They're not like us. They're indifferent. All types of things. I do want to speak on this because it's like they feel like they're not human, but they are. And J.D. Vance, which is, because some people still is unaware of who he is.
Right.
J.D. Vance is vice president.
Yes.
Running mate for Trump.
Yes.
Okay. With Trump, and he stated, he grew up. His mother had to get public assistance.
Yes,
his mother was a drug addict.
Yes,
but these people think that because you are a Republican that you can't relate. Some of them went through the same things you've been through.
I'm a Republican. You're a Republican. I'm not rich.
It's just
I've been homeless.
Yeah, I don't.
We don't stay there and wallow there.
It's just kind of backwards.
But if that's the case, if Republicans are rich and racist and all the things that you just mentioned, so the next time when February rolls around and everyone is celebrating Black History Month, every one of the Black people that you are celebrating were all Republicans. Because they were fighting against slavery and the Democratic
Frederick
South,
Douglass.
who wasn't that. Yes, everybody did say Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner. Our initial
Republicans freed the slaves.
Exactly the North. They were the ones that said no, that's not right.
Right.
But over the past 50 years, they've been changing the narrative. So now that most schools don't even teach history. People don't know.
Yeah, they don't.
My grandchildren know.
And they continue to spread it from generation to generation. Yes. And, you're not helping your people along. You want to say a Black Republican is turning on their people? No, you are turning on your people because you refuse to do your research.
Exactly. Look at Chicago. Look at what the people in New York.
You're not trying to help your people. You're trying to keep them in bondage where they are.
Look at the way the hard message, how they had to learn that the Democrats were not for them. When they got kicked out and other people got put in their place. But they were all people that they voted in. Because the Democrats, they for us, or they Black, and they Democrats, they for us.
No. They're the ones that really are sellouts.
If
you want to talk about it.
Exactly.
Come on. And to say, that Republican is, racist. You have racists on both sides. So please stop using that.
Yeah,
so that's like basically you believe that any person that's white on the Democratic side is not racist. That's basically what you're saying. Well,
or that they are racist.
You're nuts.
Oh no, the Democratic side.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Right.
But
they keep saying, "Oh, the Republicans are racist." So that means you believe that everybody that's Democrat is not a racist. That's white.
Yeah, I've been called a racist.
Come on now. You have racists on both sides.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to point out is Duke that he runs the Confederate white supremacist thing. I forget
the
his
one
name.
who was a senator from the South, David Duke.
And
was it David Duke?
Maybe that's him.
And then he was running for something else, but he was from the South, right? The Democratic South.
People were upset because
something Duke.
He supports Trump. Well, listen, here's my thing.
Is this one of his heirs or someone? Because there was a Duke from down south who ran for office.
No,
in the Senate.
It's David Duke. It's David Duke. He is an American politician, neo-Nazi conspiracy theorist, and former Grand Wizard of the Night.
Yes, he was. He served in. He was. What was he? A former senator or a congressman?
I don't know much about the guy.
No, I remember him.
Okay,
and he was up there in D.C. for a while until people were like, "Hey, he's this, that, the other," and then he didn't run anymore. Yeah, so I know who he is.
Well, people are keep trying to bring up, Duke, David Duke supports you, talking about Trump, and he said many times, I don't think he's a good guy. I mean, and my thing is you can't help who supports you at the end of the day. This is true. And he said, what does he say? He denounced it or debunked it,
But Tiff, the kicker is he is from the South. So this white supremacists, the Democrats in the South, the Black folks down in the South voted him in there when he was in office. He was a Democrat.
Talking about David.
Head of the KKK. Yes, I remember.
This is news.
I remember.
This is news to me, but wow, I'm glad you brought that up.
I remember. So you guys voted for him. I remember. See, I told you that's my problem. I remember.
They must have forgot about that.
I remember everything.
Let's bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about that. I don't get it.
You guys voted for him.
Wow.
And now you want to say he's a racist? Why? Because of Trump? It comes down to this. And my husband, and even with people who are still in Kamala, et cetera, I mean, you know what? For a lot of people, it's just straight up hate. For either a party, person, etc., those who can't see that the whole world is laughing at us. We are falling into the ground. And people are starving, suffering, hungry. We can't get anything. We can't get crap on top of crap. But every other country can.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So it's hate. It's either hate or total ignorance. You know, your head is in the sand. You've been in a cave. It's either that or hate.
Right.
I don't hate you, Democrats. You know, the southern slave owners, you know, and the ones that were slaves, that, you know, it's not like the immigrants of today who come here. You know, slaves were drug here.
Yeah.
You know, in chains. And I don't go around and say, oh, what party are you? I like you or don't like you based on that. Because it's more to a person than the core value of their beliefs. So if you have a problem with God or family or your country, and I'll say this, as a black woman, go to whatever country that you want to then. Leave. If you hate the United States that much, then leave.
Right. Well, how about Trump went back to Butler, PA recently?
Yes. Oh, my God. They talked about that.
Brave man. Listen.
They talked about that.
I mean, listen, guys. I mean, this guy, Trump is just so brave. He's, you know, he'll go anywhere. Really.
Right.
If it means, you know, listen, I get a chance to talk to these people. And it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian. He'll talk to you.
Yes.
He'll talk to you. And I really admire that because they're trying to paint a picture that, oh, he's not going to give you the time of day. He doesn't really care about your issues. He doesn't, you know. And it's like they're trying to paint this picture, but every time they say something against him, he comes back and he shows. Like he's been showing.
Action speaks louder than words.
There you go. Exactly.
Actions speak louder than words.
They have nothing to ride on. Nothing. They have nothing to ride on.
Just abortions. Let me pull on your heartstrings. Oh, what? The babies that at 9 months that it's okay to just, you know, throw them away?
Right.
Lobotomize them and throw them away? That's okay. That's your reproductive right.
How is that okay?
That's murder.
Especially at 7, 8, and 9 months, you think that a baby should be aborted?
You don't feel that baby moving around in your belly.
That's insane. That's insane right there. That doesn't even make sense.
But we want to stop. You know, they want to mess up my reproductive rights.
Well, lastly, let's talk about Kamala being a gun owner. Now, we all know that, you know, the Republicans support gun ownership, you know, and my whole thing is if the Democrats don't support it, but they are gun owners, I mean, what are you going to do? You know, or what are you going to do? I mean,
most people don't know what the Second Amendment is for.
Give up your rights? I highly doubt Kamala will get rid of her gunfire. No. Come on now.
They don't know what the Second Amendment is for or for guns. It's not. It's just in case if our government goes woohoo, and they want to, our government want to turn on us, we the people are able to defend ourselves from the government. It's in the Constitution of the United States, this country that we're in, just in case anybody didn't read it.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for today, Miss Ruth, because we touched on a lot, and you guys stay tuned for our next segment.
It's always fun.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Until next time, have a great week.